Good morning. So let's talk about it. This is Wednesday, the 7th of August, podcast number 3. We're going to hit on a huge subject today, and it's going to be more in the realm of the car business. And we're going to talk about gross contraction, or you can even say compression, which is a big, huge thing in 2018. Many dealers are feeling it out there right now, and I've talked to so many different people, guys with big groups and so on and so forth. And for the first time, you're seeing gross compression first 6 months of the year, not only on new cars, but on used cars as well. So it's a tough one, because what's happening now is many of these manufacturers are putting you in a spot where they want market share. So they have these tier programs that you got to chase the number. And even in the more populated areas where they can chase the number, guys are questioning because the programs aren't as lucrative. So the dealers are in a tough spot, and I can feel for them. Being a dealer for 16 years, I know what the kind of pressure they can put on you, and market share. So you got to be either all in or you're out. And it's a tough one. It's a tough deal to be thinking about. But there's several different things to think about this morning that may help, may not help. The one thing that I can say, and this is going through ACAR, and ACAR is a company out in Colorado, and if you don't know anything about them, look them up. As far as I'm concerned, they're the best accounting company out there for the car business, because what they do is they take your accounting and they format everything around your accounting so you can look at every segment of your company and the percentages and so on and so forth, and benchmarking your stores. So it's something to look at. It's not a lot of money. It doesn't take people out of your stores. It's something that you can do daily. It's something you really want to look at. Mark Ludwig is a guy that I worked with for many years, 15, 16 years of the 20 years that I really knew about ACAR. I knew about ACAR in about 1998. I learned all about it in Connecticut, the store that I was in, and it was unbelievable. The education I got on a weekly, monthly basis with that deal over first 4 or 5 years of using it was incredible. And then once you format your store and you know it inside and out, you know what you have to chase. It makes things much more simple for you. But let's talk about the gross compression. For the first time in history in 2018, according to ACAR, first 6 months of the year, used cars are in the negative as much as the new cars are in the negative. That's crazy. And 1.2 people, that's 1.2 visits per dealership now, which is the minimal amount it's ever been. So when someone comes on your lot, you have an 85 to 90% chance of closing right then and there. They've already picked out the place. So a couple things to think about. The guys that are doing the business right now, it seems to be, have a lot more certified cars on their lot. Because what you're doing now is you have the new cars. Okay, and I know the inventories are starting to come down because rates are up a little bit, so guys are trying to turn their cars faster, which is smart. Love to see it. Guys that have more certified cars are getting that piece of the pie where people are coming to you. Now, let's talk about it. If you know your new car gross is in the negative and your used car gross is in the negative because you're chasing, first to the bottom doesn't win, but that's the game that everyone seems to be playing out there. The one format that's up across the board is the F&I gross. That's the one area that's up. So therefore you better start curtailing your stores around it. But the key to the whole thing is your people still have to be trained. Customers want to come and leave within 90 minutes. So you know that. You're up against the factory who want you to chase the numbers. Okay? They want market share. If you're going to chase it, you got to chase it. You know the programs aren't going to be as strong, so you have to have a strong F&I department. You have to have an unbelievable transition, and that would take me an hour and a half just to get into the transition, desk transition, F&I transition. So we're not going to get into all that. We're going to talk about the compression. People still buy from people they like. Remember that. Okay? People still buy on emotion. People still want features and benefits. Okay? A lot of guys that are running these stores, you got to get it. Okay? They want to talk to managers up front. That is key with your salespeople. And management has to understand that people look at computers all day long. They can look at different models. Lots of times they come in on a specific car and they don't realize that it has too much and it may be an affordability thing, or they don't need all that equipment, and you have a different model that you can show them. And that's why having people that sell cars today and on these lots know the inventory inside and out is very, very key. Know what's popular with equipment, so therefore you can put these people on. And if they have a big array of certified cars and it doesn't make sense, now you have an opportunity to sell them a new car because you got all kinds of incentives you can work with, and people look at that. So that's what you need to really realize, that you need to get in the certified car market with every brand you have, because the more cars you have certified, the more customers are going to come to you, and they're only going to go to 1.2 lots. So you know when they're there, they've already looked at your reviews, they know who you are, they've looked at your pricing, they know you're competitive. Now it's how you treat them. So the energy, the enthusiasm always closes deals. So remember that, and everybody has to be on it. You got to be all in. Like the factory wants you all in to chase the market. Your people got to be all in. Management's got to be all in with salespeople, and they got to want to work the deals. They got to want to work the customers. And if you got a real busy store, great, but you're still going to have somebody, 1 or 2 or 3 good managers floating that floor to work with salespeople and work with the customers and know, I got 90 minutes. I got to be able to show people features and benefits in 15, 20, 25 minutes, demo rides, get them back, put them together, and get them into F&I and square it all away and clean it all up and get them out in 90 minutes, because that's the time frame now. Much different than it was 10 or 12 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. But I'll tell you this, the people that get it and have the inventory, the proper inventory with their certified, are going to get the customers. Now the growth is still there. It's how you work your trades. It's how you work the deal. And if you understand it. And now we get to the point where compression. The stores that aren't having it as bad probably have people on the desk that were 25, 30, 35 car salesmen. Start thinking about that, CFOs, executive managers. You need strong people on those desks that know how to look at customers, know the 4 types of buyers, which I've said in many segments, know how to relate to a customer quickly, see where they're going, keep them moving, and keep them engaged. Because these little things right here, if they're not engaged, they're shopping you in 30 seconds. Okay? So take it for somebody that was in the business for many, many years now, 30 years, sold 30, 35 cars a month. This is the guy you're talking to right now. Trained many people that know how to sell 15, 20, 25 cars a month. And the key thing is this. The only thing that's changed is, yes, if you don't engage them, they're on this. Okay? When they come in now, they're not looking for information, they have it. Now you've got to give them the proper information to curtail the deal for them. Are your people doing that? Is your desk involved in that? That is key, because the guys that get this, you're not going to have, your compression will go away. You'll start to lift it. Okay? You'll understand it. You use the A car, and you understand how many people you're supposed to have on the floor and where your profits are and where they're not, then you know how to work it. Okay? And you engage. So remember something. Whether you call me, my company, Interactive Automotive Solutions, using the people that I have, the F&I training people, the group that I work with at F&I, they're the best in the country. The BDC, top 5 in the country. They're absolutely unbelievable. Digital, top 1, 2, or 3 in the country. There's no doubt about it. Plus what I bring to the table for you, I get it. I understand what you're going through. You have to have a bottom line. You want to grow it. Okay? And you can train your people quick. And you can move the gross quick. All you gotta do is a few adjustments here and a few adjustments there. But I understand what you're going through with chasing market share with the factories. Because if you don't do it, then you get all kinds of nastiness going on. You get crazy letters and all kinds of stuff. And I understand all that too. It's a tough deal. So you've got to make up your mind. And I understand that if you've got the proper people chasing the numbers, it'll all work out for you. All right? The other thing that I wanted to talk about is needs and wants and features and benefits. Okay? You have to understand, there's still a blueprint in the sale. Okay? What people want and what they need are 2 different things. And you got to be able to decipher in seconds. And your people got to be trained this way. And this is the things that we get into. And we can train it, and we can train it to anyone. And now you have purpose. Your people need to have purpose and direction quickly. Okay? And when they do have purpose and direction quickly, you win. Consumers will take out those mobile devices if they don't feel engagement by everybody. So it's a total involvement, okay? And remember, energy, people being happy, the vibe, people can feel it. That's where they're going to buy their cars. That's where they're going to do business. And I don't care if it's your parts department, your service department, your sales department. That's the way they're going to do it. They're going to do business where the vibe is. But it's still, remember, it's people putting people together that understand what they want, how they want it. You want to be able to sell the customer in such a way that they love doing business with you, and they're going to send everyone. And the other thing I want to talk about is how are you handling your deliveries? Okay? You have so many different avenues, but if you're doing live videos with your customers on delivery, it's a home run for you. Because now you have all your people out there seeing what you do. So not only do they see reviews, they see happy customers leaving, people telling them, customers saying, hey, look, I was here for 65 minutes. It was the best experience ever. They listened to me. I came in on one car, I went out on a different car, and you know what? I'm happier with the different car, and it was even less money. That's the stuff you want to get out there. Okay? And a lot of guys, yes, it's extra energy, and yes, it's extra work, and maybe in many cases, you're that busy. Instead of having 15 salesmen on the floor, maybe you have 13 13 people on the floor, and then you have somebody that just does live videos all day for you, from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock at night, or from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night, or wherever the hours will be. And that's their job, because that's going to create more business for you. And it's just it's a slightly different model, but that's the way we are today, because we are in the world of video. Okay, so think about that. But it does take energy. It does take enthusiasm. It does take a total focus to understand we have to engage with these customers. So that's what I really wanted to talk about this morning. I get what you're going through. Gross compression is not only happening on new cars, it's happening on used cars too. So I see what you're up against. But these little tidbits of things are going to help you. So if you have any more questions, you can always call or email us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Leave your comments. Thank you.